What's up, beautiful people? It's your boy Royer from Royer's World. Diva and I are back, and we are recapping season 2 of the Braxtons. Yes, the girls are back, and it's filled with mess. Well, apparently Ashley, the niece, has some family tea. Tawanda's getting married, and Tony and Tamar. Just check out the preview. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to both Royer's World and Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva, and your notification bells on all. That way you don't miss a beat for season 2 of the Braxtons. And remember, it's all in good fun. Welcome back, everybody. We are here in the building, and we are back with the recap. Okay. Good evening, Auntie Diva. How you doing?
How you doing? Okay.
It's been a while. Welcome back.
I know it's been a while, but you want to know what's so crazy? We ended right before the summer. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like, boom, we here again in this October. It just seems so crazy and so insane. Like, I don't even know what to say. Even though it seemed like a long time, it also seemed like it was so fast that, like, oh my God, the Real Housewives of Potomac is back already. Like, crazy.
Yes. It's so crazy, so insane. But we're glad to be back. Welcome, everybody in the building. We appreciate you for joining us for our recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode 1, Second Blossom. Diva, the girls are Second Bloom. Diva, the girls are back for Season 10. They have made a milestone, 10 seasons, you know.
Yes, a decade. That's huge.
That is really major.
It is major. You want to know something about Potomac? Potomac always stayed on an even train.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What I'm trying to say, there wasn't too many downs. I mean, with the color,
that one. That was the only one. Yeah.
It went in the gutter, but they came back up and they stayed kind of like on an even plane. So I'm here for it. And I didn't know how much I was going to really like, you know, the new girls, because it's always hard when you got to usher in the new people. But, you know, I'm here for the change. But as we talk, I can tell you how I feel about some of them already, but I'll wait till we actually get to those individuals, especially Kay. But we'll get there. And by the way, come on now with the new haircut. You're trying to show off for the new year, okay? Because you was doing that. What's the Will Smith's daughter name? I whip my hair.
Willow. I whip my hair back and forth. Just whip it. Yes, whip it really good. Oh my goodness.
Nice. The haircut looks good on you. I like it.
Thank you. I was like, I just needed, you know, this was a rough summer. Unfortunately, you know, I lost my grandmother this summer. One of my best friends, she lost her niece this summer, and then I had another friend that lost his husband this summer. So it was a wild summer, you know. I got to go see Beyonce. I did go see my girl for Cowboy Carter too. But you know, I just needed to shed some weight, and I said, what better way to do it? You know, I'm shedding weight physically, but also, you know, I said, let me cut some hair off too. So yes, we are back.
Well, holla to the shed.
Yes. A newness.
Yes.
Listen, you over here looking good too. I see the hair growing. Come on.
My hair is growing. I'm trying to grow it out. And instead of doing like the full grow out, I'm going to keep trimming down the size, seeing how this middle grows, which you know, I've been doing. So it's going, it seems to be going well. It seems to really be going well. So let's just see if I can hang in there.
You gonna hang in there. We're gonna speak it. You gonna hang in there.
Well, do you know what? Yes.
That's right. Well, listen, people, we are back. Thank you so much for joining us for our second season of our recaps. We got quite a couple of shows we're going to be recapping this year. Of course, as I just mentioned, or you just seen, the Braxtons are coming back. They will be dropping this Friday, the 10th of October. And my.
Oh, we gonna be busy all week.
Yeah, we got a jumping week already. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, but stay
Hmm.
tuned with us. I promise you guys are going to enjoy the recaps with us. So, I'm going to jump on into this because we are here to recap season 10 of the Real Housewives of Potomac, episode 1, Second Bloom. Okay, so we open up the episode. Karen Huger has been released from jail September 2nd, 2025. Okay, she did what, about 8-9 months it was, I believe.
She did time. Now I don't know if you used to watch that show. Why is this show skip? Is the name of it? I'm lost. I'll come up with it later. But there was a person on their show who was constantly being caught with the DUIs and probably at her 10th one, and they gave her 30 days. But that's another story for another day.
Yeah. Well, Karen served her time, okay?
Some
Some of her time, that's right, because she was supposed to do a year and some change, I believe it was. And I want to say she did like 8 or 9 months, I think. So she got out on early release for good behavior. Shout out to Karen for her good behavior, okay? She wasn't in the jail cutting the food. She said, I'm gonna get it here, do my time, and get on up out of here, okay? Because she got to go home to Ray Ray, her boo, okay? She got to get home to her family. So, we start off on March 1st. I guess that was our first filming day. And so Giselle is hosting a little get together at her house for the main friendship group, okay? So in that main group, we have Ashley, who was returned for season 10. We have Wendy, who was returned for season 10 as well. Kiarna, I cannot get her name right.
Just go her Kay.
Okay. And then we have Stacey, who is returning for her second season as well. Okay. Now let's just go ahead and put out here that the girls are not feeling Stacey. Okay. They want accountability, they want honesty, and they want a real friend.
And they want her to brush her teeth.
Because they met Stacey's breath before they met Stacey. Okay? I was like, her breath stink. Ooh, my God. Okay. So, Giselle, she's worried about Karen. Her and Ashley are both worried about Karen. Ashley comes in, and they want to make sure that Karen is in the safest place that she can be. They want her to really be a part of the AARP crew of the jailhouse, okay? They want...
That was so disrespectful.
Wasn't that shady? Was that not shady? I was like, y'all are so rude. Yeah. But they want her to be a part of the AARP crew. They are really concerned about Ray. They're concerned about her daughter. They're concerned about Karen. And so as the ladies are talking, Wendy and Kay come. They show up together. Now, this was an interesting scene to me, Diva, because later on in this episode, we'll deal with the issue allegedly that, Kay and Wendy have about Kay feeling like Wendy is a phony friend. But you showed up to the house with your phony friend and rode with her together. Okay. So, let's see. Ashley has shared with Giselle that she really tried to get to know Stacey a little bit better, okay? And so they went out on a little play date with their children together because Ashley is really trying to get an understanding of exactly what's going on with this, relationship with Stacey and TJ, this relationship with her husband or ex-husband or whatever they're supposed to be. And so Ashley has come to the resolve that Stacey is a liar, okay? Stacey, sat up on the TV at the reunion and lied last year. She came to this event, and Ashley questioned her about TJ and their friendship and what's going on. She still denied that TJ, and her were not supposed to be paying one, or she wasn't supposed to be paying TJ, that TJ wants to give an apology and all of this other stuff, okay? But they're not falling for it. So Stacey finally shows up, and so she's coming in burping, okay, Diva? So obviously that breath got to be hot, because I was like, ooh, that was a strong manly burp, ma'am. Like, that breath stinking. So Giselle wanted to get the group together to address Karen going to jail so that everybody can share their feelings and discuss how they feel. Wendy feels sorry for Karen. Granted, the situation with their friendship happened last year. As we all know, we kind of found out at the reunion that Karen was low-key playing Wendy in her face all season. Wendy was showing up being a friend of Karen. She invited her to the White House for her big interview. And Karen slapped her in the face and pretty much did not thank Wendy for being a supportive friend to her. Giselle feels, that she definitely feels bad for Karen. She wants the best for Karen, but also this is Karen's 4th DUI. And Karen needed to learn a lesson or two. Ashley then brought up TJ and his situation and going on things with Stacey. And Stacey said that they've talked and he is remorseful. And he wanted to come and give an apology on TV. Stacey was very hurt by what TJ did to her, so she says. Wendy said that she tried to tell Stacey last year at the reunion that these rumors were out and this is what TJ told her husband, but Stacey wasn't trying to hear it. Kay also, wanted some answers too. She said, well, I hear you've been trying to get on the show for a little while now. Did you do this just to get on the show? And Stacey said, I don't have to do anything to get on the show. I was on TV before the Housewives of Potomac. So I don't need TJ to get on this show, okay? Stacey clarified that, things with her and TJ are resolved. She has moved on. She's not worried about him. But she felt that the ladies were continuously attacking her over and over. Giselle wants her to stop being fake and lying and have accountability. Ashley wants her to be honest. Wendy is still confused, and so is Kay. Everybody is at a misunderstanding of exactly what's going on with this situation with Stacey, her husband, and TJ. Well, Stacey just got so overwhelmed with the situation, she decided to walk out. She did her grand exit of the room, okay, and left the ladies sitting there. Well, Giselle said, well, since she wants to walk out and have her moment, let's give her a moment. Me and Ashley, we were down in LA for a little luncheon for all the actresses. Now, why was Giselle and Ashley at a luncheon for actresses? I don't know, but okay. So apparently,
we'll move on.
Famous actress who is just happened to be best friends with TJ showed alleged documentation of a lawsuit between TJ and Stacey being the defendant. And so allegedly, Stacey was supposed to pay TJ half, 50%, split down the middle of her Real Housewives of Potomac paycheck.
That's a lot of money.
Ain't that a lot of money? The ladies were shocked. Nobody knew what to do. Nobody knew what to say. It was a whole moment. So I'll stop there, Diva, and we can just address this first opening scene of our comeback of season 10.
Well, showing but not showing us Karen leaving the jail. I said they so messy.
I'm going to tell you what they're going to do. They're going to give us a Portia moment.
They're going to do it at the end. They're going to do it at the end, right? So, I mean, we see this big black SUV show up. I know she had a scarf on her head because that's what I saw. You saw a little bit of her head. You saw her hand when she asked for the tissue. And they showed us a sliver of her face. I said, they being so messy right now. So I was like, that was messy. And then they backed it up to 6 months later. What I think they're going to do is at the tail end, because I think when she got out, they probably already finished filming. I think at the tail end, they're going to show us everything, the whole her leaving and whatever else they're going to show us, right? But let's get to going to Giselle house. First of all, I have AARP, and you could get it once you hit 50. So Giselle is in her 50s. So this joke about Karen being in the area with the AARP people and the older people for her safety, they was just being messy. And I think at the end of the day, they all do whatever for a check. So, I just thought it was messy, right? But do I think that they all genuinely care about Karen's well-being while she's in this facility? I do, because at the end of the day, Roya, even when these people, when you don't like somebody, somehow when you see them in bad situations, you be like, all right, I do feel a little bad for them. You don't feel 100% bad, because it could be somebody that did something real crazy to you. Even if you don't feel 100% bad, you feel a little bad for them, right? Whatever. And so they said they felt bad for Ray and and what's the door? And Raven. Which I do. I felt bad. I felt bad for Ray Ray for sure. But it seems like we're gonna find out later that Ray Ray was chilling, golfing and whatnot.
Living his best life.
He probably was like, "Damn, y'all letting her out early." I mean, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So, Ashley, first of all, them all showing up and coming in. I really feel like, and I said this before, and people get so emotional because this don't mean I don't like her, but I really feel that now Wendy, she feels like she's the head chick in charge on Potomac. And I do think she got a nose in the air and she thinks like, I'm that girl. But anywho, we'll get more into that in a minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Kiara, I'm not really feeling Kiara that much, to be honest with you. I think she's messy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so all of them sitting there having a discussion, and then Ashley bringing up that Karen said something about contraband when she got arrested. You know what, Roy? Seriously, at the end of the day, alcoholism is a disease.
It is.
When people are addicted to drugs, it's a disease.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it should be laughed about. And I think, really, to be honest with you, these reality shows, they're always showing the drinking, because even at this particular little gathering that Giselle had, she was like, "Oh, let me bring out the alcohol." I mean, I think they teeter and play too much with this alcohol thing, because almost on every single reality show, there has been someone on those Real Housewives of whomever that had a problem with the alcohol. And I don't think they should be joking about it and taking it lightly. Okay. Yeah. Beverly Hills had one. You name it. They all had somebody that had a problem with the alcohol, including Next Gen NYC. And I'm going to name the people from that show that had a problem with the alcohol, but there's some people in there, and they the young people that got a problem with the alcohol. I think they play too much with it, right? Mm-hmm. So now when they brought up TJ, Stacey, I don't really get her. But I will say this, when Kiara's like, "Oh, I heard you've been trying to get on this show for a while." Kiara, go sit down. Because most of the people are trying to come to Roa on one of those shows to get that check.
Yes.
So
including you, ma'am. Hello.
Including you. So you're going to be mad at somebody because they coming somewhere to get a check? So what I do think where Stacey went wrong was, well, I do and I don't, because there have been other people that paid for boyfriends too. Okay. Kenya Moore did it on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Quite as it's kept, Giselle did it. She just stopped dating because I guess they allow her to say, "Okay, forget it. Don't worry about having no boyfriend or no husband, because don't nobody else on the show have one either." So you could just be like the rest of them, right? But Giselle did it. So this paying for a boyfriend is nothing new. It's just that Stacey, unfortunately, she offered TJ too much, I guess, because she couldn't find anybody else, and filming was about to start. Because ain't nobody getting half of my check for nothing. I'll give you a couple of dollars so you can get over here in the cab or whatnot when it comes time to film, but I ain't giving you all this money to be playing like my boyfriend. And then you was a nasty one at that. No. So even if he is suing her like they claim he is, she needs to say, "I might have offered this, but since he was so horrible, he could get 10% and pay him and keep it pushing." So so that's why I'm not that invested in or emotional over her paying for this boyfriend, because it has been done before. And do I believe she did it? Yeah. And that's why, and now we know why he never came out with the receipts, because he wanted to sue her. So he saved it. He did it the right way, Warrior. He saved everything and brought it to his lawyer.
Yeah.
So, but we're going to find out, because if you watch the previews, we're going to find out that she ends up saying, "Yeah, I did lie." So Stacey is working her way out of a job. I don't know. And then Stacey getting up and walking out. And then you know what, Warrior, the last thing I got to say about this scene, Stacey needs a stylist. Now, because the clothes she wore in her 2 scenes or a couple scenes that we saw, the clothes get an F. But what I will tell you where she looked good in the confessional in that orange and the curly hair. Yeah. I thought she looked really good in the confessional. But other than that, I was like,
So I thought the one guy was supposed to be her stylist, the black gentleman that was with her. No.
At the Bloom party,
Mm-hmm.
maybe he is, but he getting the F.
Okay.
He getting the F. And then listen, and them being so low down and dirty and talking about her breath. So clearly we can see that Stacey is the target this season. Stacey's the target.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely she's a target. The girls are not, feeling Stacey and how she's come into this season. They definitely, and I'm not surprised, honestly, because she went out of the season in a bad way. That reunion did not give her a good reputation of herself. So I'm not surprised that the girls are coming for her this season, and we need some answers in regards to this TJ business. But also, I question it all, Diva, because in all honesty, we did not get any real receipts of TJ and this alleged contract that they had of this, she paying him.
Right, but I'm guessing he didn't, Royer, because he saved it for his lawyer. So if this lawsuit is true, he saved it for his lawyer. That's why he didn't give it to us, because he sued her. And that's a smart way to sue. Don't put all the business in the street.
That's true.
Take it to your lawyer and let the lawyer handle it. But 50%, come on, Stacey, you wasn't smarter than that. Stacey is a little ditzy. Her daughter cute though.
Well, that was our first opening scene. So let's jump into the rest of this. So we have some little small pocket scenes. We have Wendy. She's redecorating her home. Apparently Happy Eddie is doing very happily well financially. Okay. She wants marble floors and ceilings going all the way up to the top. Okay. So go Wendy and Eddie. Shout out to them. Giselle is having lunch with her hairstylist. Giselle, she is in her youth again. The girls are gone. She's feeling fabulous. She's feeling fun and giddy. So it's good to see Giselle looking good. And then Ashley is going through some old clothes with her friends, and they're cleaning out. They found her bridesmaid robe. And so they said, it's time to burn this, honey. It's time to let it go. Ashley is finally divorced now. So that's what's going on with that. We have a little scene with Stacey and her ex-husband. Was it Timo? That's what I wrote down.
Yeah. See, his name is different, right?
It is, but he has a different accent too, so he's obviously not from here.
Right.
So yes.
He's nice. He's nice looking.
Okay. So apparently Stacey I'm starting to see it off like this.
I thought he was a nice looking man for an older man. Okay.
Shout out to the Miases. Shout out to the Miases. So Stacey apparently she's back with her husband. I don't exactly know what's going on. Okay. So, Stacey walks in, she greets this stranger with a kiss. And she said, it's finally got to be back again. And so he said, I'm happy to be here as well. Apparently, Diva, picking up the phone, dialing a person's number, and asking them if they want to go out, that's not a thing anymore, honey, okay? We got to log on the computer, and we got to send the evites to the people. So, Diva, we're going to go on a date. I'm going to pull up my computer. I'm going to email you an evite, and I want you to show up based off of that evite, okay? Stacey said, it was a nice little different gesture. She's used to getting a phone call and just showing up, at this time he's at they do have a resemblance to one another.
I didn't think he was creepy looking. Oh my God.
They do have a resemblance to one another. They do.
He's tall.
Yeah. And he's very pale, just like Michael. So, yeah. They're both happy to be back together. Apparently, they decided to go on a family Christmas trip. During the family Christmas trip, I guess they realized how much they've missed out on each other and how much they love their family and how much they love one another. And so the divorce finalization came through via email while they were away from Christmas. And they decided that they don't want to be divorced, that they really want to try to work this out and be back together as a family. So, here they are. Now, the two of them have decided not to share this with their daughter, Bella, because they don't want to confuse Bella. Because, hell, you out here confusing us all, Stacey, so I completely understand. But, they're back together. They're trying to work things out, and I guess we'll see what comes of them, okay? I'm going to throw this little scene in here, too, because it was small.
Okay.
Small but important, and I really want to dive into this scene mostly. That last one, it was what it was.
Right.
Kay, she's back.
Mm.
And we're visiting
her new condo. In her new condo.
Her new house. Her new condo. Okay. And so mom has come over to visit at the condo. Now, if we all recall, Kay was with Greg. She introduced us to Greg last year. They were building a beautiful home together. They were supposed to be moving in together with his 3 daughters. And, based off of how filming went last season, Greg did not make Kay feel welcomed to marry, to move in his house, or to be with. He treated her like complete trash on the TV screen. And so based upon that behavior and the comments from the people and what we told you last season, he decided to break up with the man finally. Okay? So she breaks up with the man. She gets her own place. 3 months later, Greg realizes that he can't live without his Kay.
Without his cash flow. But anyhow, go ahead. He needed that check back. He needed 50-50 back. Listen, her mom is beautiful. But Kay is pretty too. Kay is pretty too. The mom is beautiful. Yeah.
Yes. So, 3 months later, he called her up and said, "Hey, baby, I'm missing you. Let's go to Jamaica." And so they fly out to Jamaica. They post their little pictures of them in Jamaica. They lounging out. He got his arms wrapped around her. They doing they do, okay? So she comes back, and so they decided they're going to get back together, but they're going to live separately still. Her main goal right now is she's in therapy, and she's working on being happy in her relationship. We need to fire this therapist.
That part.
Because if this therapist do not see what we see clear as day on TV, they need their license revoked.
That therapist,
or the therapist could be telling her right, and she just ain't listening.
Well, that's
sometimes people don't listen to the therapist.
That is facts. That's facts. Facts.
Now, mom is still not
right.
That's right. So mom is still not very approving of this relationship with Greg. She does not like Greg. She ain't feeling Greg. And in my opinion, from the jump, mama wasn't feeling Greg last season. Kiera said that she wants to focus on, not being married, not trying to press to be in a relationship, because last year she was pressing for that ring. She was going to move into her house, and then within the next 2 months, she expected a ring. Well, that didn't happen. Mom says she doesn't, feel supportive of the relationship, and she wants Kiera to be as happy as she can be. Not because she's with a man, but because she's independent and can be happy on her own. So those were those 2 scenes in the pocket scenes. Anything that you would like to address, feel free.
Wendy, and she redoing the house or whatever with the drug money, as she said out her mouth. Whatever. It was a cute scene. I think Wendy's family is absolutely gorgeous.
Fabulous.
And what I do like about Wendy is I like the fact that she's the only married housewife on the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Actually married
and actually happily married. Happy. Okay. So that's that. Giselle and Cal have lunch or whatever they was doing. They had their little moment, and I know Cal is her stylist and her hairdresser or whatever. So I always like to see them together, whatever. So that was a cute little scene. They, like you said, they showed that scene with Ashley, her friend, and Brenda, the event planner, in her house for a minute and whatever. That was what it was. Stacey lunch with her ex. It was interesting. But if you ever notice, she keeps, and maybe it's just cause for however many years they was married, she was so used to calling him the husband, but she keeps calling him the husband and not her ex-husband. And I thought that was like a little faux pas. And I just wonder, and I don't know why she can't tell the truth, but I think she can't tell the truth because at the reunion, I think she said her divorce had already went through. But why can't she tell the truth? Maybe before the divorce, they decided, like, you know what, let's see if we can make this work. I don't know what the truth is from Stacey, and I don't even know if the truth is in her, right? But I will say this: I do like the way whatever they're doing, the way they're approaching it. They're approaching it like we're not going to tell our daughter anything. Like her daughter can't watch the Real Housewives of Potomac because she's old enough, but whatever. But they said they're not going to tell the daughter anything until they're sure what they are themselves doing, which I think is a good plan and is pretty fair. Right, the e-bites to invite her out to eat or whatever and to make plans. I do know this: sometimes couples do lose their way when they have children. Everything becomes about the kids, and they kind of forget about themselves and their relationship. So I could get how that might have happened, and now they're reprioritizing themselves. So I think whenever families can work where I think they should work. And if these two are getting it back together, I'm here for it. Because listen, at the end of the day, regardless of whether she had a contract with TJ or not, the relationship wasn't even believable. None of us believed that they was a couple. Many of us believe that TJ would prefer to be with someone else. And Roya, at the end of the day, I would tell that judge, even if he is suing me and it goes before the court, I tell that judge, watch the season. I owe him nothing because he didn't even do his role well.
Right.
He treated me nasty. He treated me badly on that show. He was nasty. He was a bad boyfriend. So he didn't even help me out. It wasn't believable to the people. So even if I did offer him 50%, judge, do me a favor, cut it down to 10%, and let's call this thing a wrap. Okay. Yeah. Matter of fact, whatever she already paid him, just let's just call it.
Call it even.
Because he did not like me. The people saw right through it, and that's why they started questioning me. So now I'm having trouble on my show. So he wasn't a benefit to me; he was a curse. I ain't getting him not another dime. Now this Kiara, her new condo, her mom. Yes, her mom is absolutely gorgeous. The mother is gorgeous. They look like they could be sisters, right? And mom was just not having it. I think as parents, all we really want is our children to be happy. And when we see that there was somebody that kind of is not doing them well and treating them badly, we don't feel good about it, right? So Kiara, though, the whole time, she's a beautiful girl. So I don't know why at her young age, it's not like she's 55. She's not diva, right? I'm on the second half here. Sometimes when you on the second half, this whatever's still out in the streets, it ain't the best pickings. Okay, it's slim pickings. But she's a young, beautiful girl. She has a job. She has her own money. I don't know why she's afraid to go out there and find somebody that's worthy. This man has 3 daughters. And I'm not shaming anybody that has the kids, okay? I was single with a kid, so I'm not shaming that. But he got 3 daughters. But even if he had 10 daughters, the problem I really have with her is he don't like you like that. Yeah. Even if he didn't like filming, he didn't have to treat you like that on the TV. He treated you like trash on the TV. He barely was there for you, wasn't showing up for you, was treating you like trash. And I thought, is she telling the truth too? Because how do you get out of that house so easy? She claimed they bought that house together.
Talk about it.
Okay, come on, Roy. So you don't just wake up and you can get your name off of that house. Or he paid you out, or you got your money back. So I don't really believe Kiara that much either. I think she played games. So you staying up in Stacey face talking about the lies, but you got some splaining to do. You can't just get out off a mortgage and out of a house like that, and you're going to forgo whatever money you put into it. It just don't make sense, right? So when she said that, I was like, all right, I don't, I ain't really, whatever the case may be with that. So her mother talking to her, I think her mother talking sense. And then for her to have broken up with him, Roy Air, and then he call you and he talk about Jamaica. No, sir. First, I'm not getting on no plane with you because we already know what that is, right? Mm-hmm. You gotta let's go to the coffee shop and have a talk about some things. And then maybe after we keep talking for a few weeks, maybe even months, maybe then I might get on a plane with you to Jamaica. But I'm not getting on a plane with you to Jamaica off the bat. No, we got some other bigger stuff to talk about in the way that you talk to me. So she never wanted to leave. She always wanted to be with him. So now the only difference is she's going to be waiting in her condo. He got her hemmed up. And if what she really want is marriage and kids, she need to let that thing go. You can't tell. Yeah, he doesn't love her. I'm with you, Stephanie. He just loves the assistance she provides. You better talk about it. He missing that finances. Because remember, she was also building businesses with him.
Yes. She was working in his business practice or something because he was
he had her working for free. She was working for free. And every time she said, I need to go see about my little skincare line and stuff, he wanted to know, well, what you doing about my stuff over here? So you are right. She is his worker, his assistant. And when he want to lay down with her, then he lay down with her and whatever. But yeah, no, that's what he's missing. He missing all the business information that she supplied or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of the people in the comment section are agreeing with us, Diva. A lot of people are saying they caught him from jump when he first walked on camera that he was not the one, and I would agree. I mean, we caught it last season. First of all, Greg didn't want to film with her. Anybody, any spouse that does not want to film with you, that's an automatic red flag. Like,
yes, it is.
He didn't want to film, but he then still signed up to be on here with you. Like, no, it was screaming not so. The man didn't want to make room for your shoes, your clothes, and nothing else that you had going on in the condo that y'all were living in together. So we thought that y'all was going to move into the house and he was going to make space for you, ma'am. It's a no. It's a no. In regards to Stacey, and then we'll move on. Let me say this. I never like to see a family fall apart. I never like to see a marriage fall apart. Yeah. And if two people can make their relationship work for them and their family, I'm here for it. So go, Stacey. Work it out with your husband. Let it be genuine, though. Don't be doing this for the coin. Don't be doing this to get out of your situation with TJ. If you're going to be with this man, don't play with Bella's feelings. Be with him or don't be with him.
Right.
So those are my thoughts on that. Anything else?
No. Good luck, Kay. Good luck, Kay. And good luck to Stacey.
Yes. And listen to your mama, Kay, because she's beautiful and smart.
Yes, she is.
She got some sense up in that head.
Yes, she do.
Pay attention to it.
Yeah.
So Wendy, we're at Wendy's home with her family. Beautiful family. I love Wendy. I've always loved Wendy on the show. I understand what the people say about Wendy and her behavior, how she could be a little shady, how she could be a little dismissive sometimes. But that's Wendy, and we got to love her for who she is, okay? So, Eddie is going to New Jersey. Shout out to you. He headed out your way. Because he is building a new building out there. His product is headed out to the Jersey area. He already has 3 successful businesses in 3 different states. And so he is exceeding his goals financially, successfly, and happily. Shout out to Happy Eddie, okay? Cameron, their daughter, she wants to be a doctor just like mommy. One of Wendy's kids thinks that she's not a doctor, just like the rest of the ladies. Because earlier in the years, the people was questioning whether Wendy was a doctor, okay? Well, apparently her son has followed suit and said, Wendy ain't no physical doctor. She's just a regular educational doctor, I guess.
Her son said that. So don't get mad at us with the recap. Your son, it came out of your son's mouth.
Your son's mouth, okay?
She ain't no medical doctor.
She ain't no doctor.
Her son said that. Jesus.
Wendy said that she's very proud of her husband. And let me tell you something, Diva. There's nothing that makes me more proud than a wife being proud of her husband and a husband being
Yes.
proud of his wife.
You
Nothing
better
just
talk.
makes me happier. And it's just such a beautiful thing for the two of them. This love that they share, this kindred spirit that they share. It's so beautiful. And it's great to see Black families on TV thriving and surviving. Y'all
Yes, yes.
better.
And
Y'all better.
actually loving each other. I have
Yes.
never, I will give this to Wendy and Eddie. I've never seen them get into no verbal spat. I
Mm-hmm.
never seen them like cutting down each other, whatever the case may be. They are truly a couple that loves each other and and have some loving kids. I like them as a couple. They're
Yes.
representing a good marriage on the TV, and they
Yes.
both support, like you said, each other's projects. When she
Mm-hmm.
went to the White House, Eddie was right there with
Yes,
her.
he was.
Yes, you know, they're showing us a good couple relationship, building businesses on the TV. And to me, to be honest with you, Royer, this is what the Real Housewives should be about. Yeah, their
Yes.
love scenes genuine and beautiful family. I do agree, 100%, 100%. I agree.
1,000%. So
Hmm.
beautiful, so authentic. You can
Hmm.
tell that they're not putting on for the camera. It's just their life. And it's so beautiful.
Hmm.
Wendy, she expresses how proud she is of her husband, not only for bringing in the money, but also inspiring her to do bigger and better things. And
Hmm.
he's also inspiring other people, allegedly. We got another, maybe a happy Stacey coming out here soon. So I guess we'll hear about that very, very soon. Um, Ashley is celebrating her divorce, okay? So Ashley is having her second bloom, okay? She's married, she's had children, she's divorced, and now things are final, okay? Ashley said that she wanted a return on the investments that she made in her marriage, okay? And that's what was the holdup that took her 3 years to get a divorce. And so, according to Ashley, she's walking out with a pretty penny, okay? Now, let Bravo tell us she's walking out with a net worth of $20 million.
Dollars.
Your girl is good.
She caught that lip. She caught it. She
She
caught it.
did.
Uh-huh.
She did that. I ain't even mad at a girl. Listen, get
Yeah.
your point
And
on.
remember he tried to divorce at first, and
Mm-hmm.
then she went back and blah blah blah. Ashley did it. She did it. She did the reverse uno on him. She did the reverse uno on him. Because if she
Yep.
left with 20 million, that's sweet.
That's beautiful. Beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful. So Ashley's out shopping for her party dress for the event. She decided to invite Stacey so that they can kind of work through what happened at Giselle's house. She would really like to keep their friendship intact. Stacey
Mm-hmm.
came, and so she's in a happy-go-lucky mood as always. She comes in, compliments Ashley, greets the dress designer that's there to help them find dresses. And so Ashley says, she sent a special invitation to Stacey for her second bloom party, and Stacey said it was a fabulous invitation and she would be glad to be there. Now Ashley then addresses the situation that she kind of wanted to talk about, which was the situation that happened at Giselle's house. Ashley felt that they brought up the conversation to get a resolve of what happened with TJ and Stacey, for there to be some truth, some honesty, some accountability, and some moving forward. But obviously that did not happen because Stacey decided to storm out the building. Now,
Mm.
Stacey felt that everyone was coming for her. She felt that nobody was giving her an opportunity to really explain herself or to explain the situation as she sees it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley said she didn't address the lawsuit conversation, that Giselle brought up after Stacey left. And so Stacey pretty much said that it ain't true. She's not here for the lies. And whoever this fake actress is that y'all have decided to make up, she's telling lies as well. And she's not going to address anything that she does not know about. Ashley said, well, if it's a lie, such and such said it. And so she dropped the name. And of course, they bleeped out the name. So we don't know who this famous actress is. Stacey said, Ashley, do you want the truth? You want the honest to God truth of what's going on? Ashley said, finally, yes. Stacey said, I have forgiven TJ for what he's done to me.
taking this to the grave, honey.
He's taking this all the way to the grave. And so
Mm.
Ashley's like, you're literally going to sit up here and continue to lie. With all of the evidence that has been put in front of your face, you're going to continue to stand here and lie to me. Stacey said that she was, shocked at the research that Ashley had done because Ashley said, well, what about this divorce? Because I went and looked up your name in the Potomac divorce, city records, and we didn't find anything. Nothing was in the Maryland city records. And so Stacey said, I don't have to explain anything to you and how my divorce happened. Ashley said, well, if you look my name up, you'll see it. Boom, flashes up on the screen. She looks up Stacey, boom, nothing. No results found, okay? Stacey said, listen, I don't have to put up with this. I don't have to explain myself to you. And yet again, in the true fashion way of Kenya Moore, she twirls out the door and leaves yet another event, okay? Mm-hmm. So, Stacey and Ashley, that's their whole scene and their moment. And then I'll throw this in here too, because it's just another small one. Yeah. Giselle's home alone with the kids or gone to college. Wow. She loves being home. She says she works out. She's working on her projects, her reasonably shady and her workout thingy things she had with Ashley. And then she's dating, of course. Giselle, she gives a FaceTime call to Ashley about the Bloom party invitation. She says she'll be there. Ashley is excited about the Bloom party. She said that she did give a special invitation to Stacey, but she's not exactly sure if Stacey's going to show up based off of the situations that had at the dress shopping scene. So those were those little three scenes. So we talked about Eddie and the family. We talked about Stacey and Ashley, and then Giselle.
So Eddie and the family, I mean, that's real quick, right? The scene was cute, with them just having a little family conversation, and Eddie saying that he's about to open up another shop in New Jersey. They're doing the darn thing, and I'm happy for them. I'm not into the edibles, I'm not into all of that, but many people are. And listen, if you could start a business and it's going to be lucrative, get into that business and do your thing. I'm not mad at you. I'm just happy to see that as a family, they are definitely thriving. Okay. So that's a nice thing. And, he's showing the kids entrepreneurship and all of that. So it's a sweet thing. Ashley and Stacey at this boutique. All I can say is woo, 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 woo. Okay. Woo, 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 woo. The scene, well, Ashley, then let me tell you something about Ashley too. She's stepping up her game because before Ashley really hadn't had no real scene. She wasn't really, she was just there, right? Yeah. But now she seemed to be digging all up in the mess for real. And she did put her foot in the mess a little bit, but then she would back her foot out. But she seen they must have gave her the baton to go after Stacey, and she doing it. Because every time you turn around, she in Stacey face. So she was in Stacey face at this boutique. But my thing is, in real time, you going out with Stacey and you hanging out with her daughter, and then the cameras turn on and you being just mean, right? So they in this boutique and she's asking her about TJ. She's telling her, like you said, that this person said there's a real lawsuit out there. You can tell, though, to me, that Stacey is not telling the truth by the way she's standing there, but she do know how to deflect. She definitely passed the course in one-on-one deflecting. What? She know how to do that. She was like, I forgive TJ. I'm like, girl, that ain't the conversation right now.
Not I forgive him and I have.
We ain't talking about you being sued. What are you talking about? You forgive him? No, we want to know what is going on. Okay, so and then also too, she dodged the whole lawsuit thing, right? And then she dodged the thing about the husband and the divorce. The only thing I thought about the divorce was I got the impression that I didn't think Stacey was originally in Potomac or out there. I thought that I got the impression Stacey came there for the show. I didn't get the impression that maybe that's where they was living. So I don't know where they filed their divorce at. Because Ashley says she looked for it in the Maryland database or whatever, but won't it depend on where you filed your divorce at?
It is depending on where you filed your divorce at. Most people try to, if they got their marriage license in that state, they try to get their divorce in that same state just to keep all of the documentation in line. Right. So it could have been a situation that they got married in a different state and then divorced in a different state. Right. We do, or I recall, I don't know if you recall, that they were living separately in different places. So I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how far of a distance they were living. And you could be married in the same state and then like
Depending upon who filed.
what county, like your county is dependent. So she may not have got married in whatever county Potomac is. You know what I'm saying? So if
Yeah.
she's just looking in that specific county, she could be in a whole nother county in Maryland, but you're not going to find that just looking on that specific site.
Right.
So
And then I know
um,
sometimes too, when you type in, if you don't type the person's name exactly right, maybe
that's
it will
right.
come up, or if
Hmm.
you don't know
Hmm.
different parts of their real name, it may
Hmm.
not
And
come
then
up.
see, most people's marriage license is under their maiden name as well. So if she did not use her maiden name, if she used the married name, it's not going to pull.
Right. So I don't, yeah, I mean, but overall, do I think Stacey is being truthful? Absolutely not. But I just thought that, and them acting as if they need truth in the group, they need to stop. Even Giselle with that BS. Cause I'm just like, yo, your friend Robin lied the whole time she was on the show. Like she
Literally.
knew her husband, that she knew her husband didn't care for her like that. She knew so much stuff and she never told her on the show. So since when did the truth matter to y'all? You lied about Jamal Bryant. Since when did the truth matter to y'all?
Mm,
Okay. That's why Monique came with the binder. So
mm,
now you're acting like Stacey is just the end all be all because she ain't telling the truth. That's the blueprint for the housewives. So y'all need to stop. So that's the
yeah,
part I don't like that they're doing to her, because they all tell lies. It's just a matter of when the lies being told and how it's being told and how long we drag it out. Because
yeah,
Giselle, you wasn't back with your ex-husband. He was doing that for the show and for the money, and y'all both was in it together. Remember that
mm,
one period, and that's why Monique came and said, "I know about his girlfriend. This is her number." Blah blah
mhm.
blah. So you lied that year, Giselle. So now all of a sudden, with everybody's held to this high standard, we tell the truth in this group. That's a bunch of BS. And I was like, that's this is just them coming at Stacey. It's just Stacey time. They coming for you, girl. Keep your head up. Figure out how to navigate through this, and maybe you'll be on season 11. I don't know. Okay, Giselle in her house and talking about the kids are off to college. That scene was a waste of our time.
It was.
It was a total waste of our time, but I guess they want the film of it. They needed a filler, and she called Ashley. When she called Ashley, once again, they was talking about Stacey. I just hope this whole TJ thing is not the whole season, Roy, because I'm really not here for it. If this whole TJ thing and her paying TJ and TJ suing her and who told them this and is she married or not married, I really hope this is not going to consume the whole season because I just can't do it. Okay,
Mm.
I really can't. So that's that. That's that with that. And then was that it? Was that, did I go through all the scenes you went through?
Let's see. I believe that
I did.
was yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So let's see. We have a new housewife that is being introduced to us. Yes, two.
Mm-hmm.
We first meet Angel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Angel and Bobby. They are originally from the DMV area. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Bobby played in the sports world. Not sure which one of those, but he was somewhere in the sports world. And so he moved off to Colorado to be with the Broncos and Denver Broncos, I believe it was. And so they've moved back. Well, apparently, her and Kay have been friends since the age of 18. They work together, they friend together, they've done their lives together. And so Kay is happy to have her friend Angel back. Let's see, Bobby. Now that's a nice young looking man. They have a beautiful family,
Mm-hmm.
two beautiful children. It looks like a son and a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Papa was in the house, grandma was in the house. A nice little family. So it
Mm-hmm.
looks like we're getting a family setting up in the house. You know, this introduction was kind of giving me a Shamia introduction. Last year when we were introduced Shamia's whole entire family was at the house. So I was like,
Fact.
okay, I can
Mm-hmm.
see this. I think the Angel is very beautiful. She seems to have a nice personality. Now she
Mm-hmm.
does look like she can read the girls and get them together, but we'll see how that rolls on through the season. So they decided
Mm-hmm.
they're going to go on a little hike. Now, Angel and her husband, they own Wonderland, which is a luxury outdoor experience that was created originally in when they were living in Denver, Colorado. And so they are bringing that here to the DMV area now. Um, Angel wants a little update on the girls. What is she walking into? What is she getting into? She wants to know a little bit. Kay explains that Giselle is a cool girl. They've built a nice friendship, and so she's cool to get to know. Ashley is newly divorced. She's got 2 kids. Apparently, she used to be a bottle girl for Angel. From bottle girl to rich $2 million millionaire. Go Ashley. We love a good change up. Wendy, apparently, and her and Angel have had passings in college together. Now, Wendy is a little bit older than Angel, so she's not exactly quite an acquaintance with Angel, but she knows Wendy very well. She said Wendy has always been an overachiever. She walks in the room and she owns it, in the words of Cynthia Bailey. Period. And then, Kay explains that she has a little beef with Wendy right now. She's having a little issue. She feels that her and Wendy, when they're on the phone and having conversation, they're kikiing and hee-heeing, having their girlfriend moment. But then when she sees Wendy out in public and they have their public appearances.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me? Mm-hmm. Because our friends are not. We good or no?
No, we good.
No, I'm talking about Wendy and Kay. Are we good or no?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Angel said, well, how about y'all have a conversation when we go to the event to see what all it's about?
Messy.
And Kay said, oh, for sure. I'm going to talk to Wendy because we got to work this out. We got to figure this out. So we'll stop here because next up is our final scene. Anything on that?
Second bloom. Yeah, this Kiara and Angel talk. I could tell already Angel gonna be messy. Angel gonna be messy. And this Kay and Wendy thing, I think she's making it a thing because once again, I like Angel, but I was confused by the pics they were showing versus what we. Well, listen. Angel Hudson's scandal. Oh, darn. In terms of the pitch we saw of Angel and what we seen on the TV, I'm over here with the weight struggle. The struggle is real. That's all I can tell you. The struggle is real. And I'm just gonna leave that there. But I do agree that the pics in what we see, 1 and 1 is not equal to 2, but we're gonna carry on. Okay, we're gonna carry on. So that walk and that talk with Angel and Kay, because I feel like I already know the storylines that are going to be dragged out, and I'm hoping they don't get dragged out. So it seems like Kay is going to drag out this thing with Wendy, and it seems like they all going to drag out this thing with Stacey. It seems like Stacey is public enemy number 1, especially because if you saw the previews for the upcoming shows, the first thing Monique is saying is that Stacey tried to talk to her ex-husband. And let me just say this, and I know we got time for when that scene actually comes, but let me just throw this out there, Roya. If the person is your ex, how are you dictating who they talk to and not talk to?
Why do you care?
Why do you care? Monique, just do a scene and figure out a storyline. Like, I can't. I guess personally, I'm a little salty. Like, she's back, but Candace can't come back. I want to see Candace and the baby. I really don't know what I want to see from Monique, because what I'm tired of is that a housewife show and we ain't got no husbands. It's just stupid. You know what I'm saying? You bring
a housewife show with no housewife.
Like, how dreadful. It's like you bring Monique back. She don't got a husband, but Candace at least got a husband. At least these two that they brought on, they got husbands. So we're going to see. But I'm sick of them not having husbands. Stephanie said, and Kay is not articulate enough to come for Wendy. She not. She's going to embarrass herself every time. She is.
Yes.
The producer is A. Ketty with that.
Look, that's why Giselle got up and walked away, because she said this is gonna be bad. I can't even save a girl. So
yeah. You ain't never lied, Stephanie. That is facts. And Kay, she look what the Portia say, wrong road. Wrong road.
Yeah. I really hope that Angel and her husband Bobby, I really hope that they do have a smooth sailing relationship. Hopefully we don't get any scandals coming out of this situation, because that's the last thing we need, is another family breaking up. I would love to see the spirit of Married to Medicine, keeping the marriages together, come about in this new era of the shows that we're coming up with. So hopefully they're coming with a positive attitude, a positive relationship. I do definitely see Angel stirring the pot based off of some of the introductions that we see in this episode. I'm going to call it early right now. I don't see her and Giselle getting along. I don't see it. I don't think Giselle is really feeling Angel like that. And I think it's kind of the same. Well, as we go further, I think the feeling will be mutual. So just putting that out there. I could be very wrong. But, normally in the words of Nene, I'm a good judge of character.
What about the chick, though? What about the chick from London who's a princess?
Tia, yes. So we are introduced to Tia as well. So that's coming up in this next scene. Ashley, she's having her second bloom ball. The ladies are very confused about what this party is about, because Ashley's been trying to divorce for 3 years now? We already had the first bloom ball last year. We thought you were blossomed already, but I guess you're reblooming again, okay? So Kiara, she, is ready to address her feelings with Wendy at this event. She is inviting Angel, and so Angel said that she just wants to get to know the ladies by herself. Now Giselle is bringing a new friend that she has as well, who looks like they're going to be on this 10th season, Miss Tia, okay? Now, her and Giselle, they both share twins. Giselle has a set of twins. Miss Tia has a set of twins. Now, Tia, she is in the high-end real estate business, okay? Looks like she sells fabulous homes in the DMV Potomac area. She is originally from England. Her family is also royalty in Nigeria, okay? So, she describes... Huh?
Your princess.
The princess. Where's her tiara?
Oh my God. Ooh, okay.
Oh my God. She describes herself as prim and proper, and she's that girl, okay? So she's excited to meet the ladies. Charisse is along for this ride as well. It looks like they've decided to bring back Charisse, as a little friend to the show, maybe.
I don't even know she's a friend. What can you, like, if you're not a friend, what can your role? Because I don't even think she can. I don't even think Charisse be a friend. She's an extra.
We get the extras to the front, please. The extras to the front.
And Roy, you know what? When you are extra, a lot of these extras and these things, they don't even be getting paid.
Yeah.
He said a man said an honorary friend.
Look, and she must not be paid, Diva, because she gonna ask the little lady that was standing in the glass, well, what are the qualifications for this actress?
Child.
I guess we'll welcome back Charisse again. I guess we'll bring her on back.
Lawson said we'll never get rid of Charisse. All right. Listen, Warrior. I don't be trying to come at nobody paycheck, but I don't really think she getting one. Like you said, she an extra. They be like $1,000. They giving her. They being disrespectful. They giving her $1,000 a scene.
I was like, Sharice is back, and you
Mm.
asking about a job.
She getting 1K per scene.
They're not paying the girls. They not paying them.
Mm.
So Kay and Angel, they come in together, and so the girls, they had on some interesting outfits today, Diva.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, we see some of y'all. So Stacey walks in, and Stacey decides that she wants to be the bigger person today, okay? She's gonna show up, and she's gonna reset her attitude, and she's gonna take, the extra step to be there for Ashley and to support Ashley during this time. So Stacey comes in and she greets everyone except for Kay. And I thought it was so hilarious. Kay was like, hey, Stacey. Like,
that was ridiculous.
I was like, girl, you doing the most.
The most.
You just accused the girl of coming on TV and doing the most. Girl, stop it. Yeah, either we friends or we not. So that part. And that's the thing. Now you gonna sit up here and talk about Wendy and how she being fake and phony to you and all of this stuff, but here you are trying to play out Stacey, somebody you don't even know. You just as new as Stacey. So if anything, you need to be on Stacey's side as the new girl.
Right. And you accusing me of begging to be on the show. Now I'm supposed to come to the event and hug you?
The show that you wanted to be on so bad.
You telling the people I was begging.
Look, the way you begged Grant to sign that contract to be on the show with you.
Okay. Boom.
Okay. So Wendy and Giselle are sitting on the couch. You know, they're having a nice little conversation with each other. And Kay walks over. And so Wendy is having her conversation. And so Kay then says that it's rude of Wendy to be having a conversation with Giselle and not including her in the conversation when she walks over. And so Wendy was like, well, I mean, I was talking to Giselle about what she addressed me about, but if you want to be a part of me, it's not that big of a deal. Well, then, Kay, decides that she wants to break down her issue with Wendy and what her and Wendy got going on. But before we get to that, Ashley Darby is ready. And she decides to make her quote-unquote grand entrance. Diva, the girl with the entrances, they just never seem to work out right. You remember when Wendy had her entrance on the little boat thing and it was supposed to...
And the boat went left.
They just never seem to work out right at all. At all.
No, not at all. Thank you, Chanel, for the support. Much love. Yes. Thank you so much.
So Ashley comes in, and so they introduce her as Duchess Ashley Darby, okay? And so the ladies was like, okay, from bottle girl to Duchess, we love a come up story, all right? She, comes in and makes her little speech in her grand green dress that she could not walk down the stairs in, almost broke her neck. She stood up there and paused for the people. Wendy said, what you waiting on? What you stop for? And she said, I want the people to relish their eyes on me, see the greatness that has entered in the room, okay? Ashley makes her speech about her second blossom. She shares that she got married. She had beautiful children. She tried to make her marriage work. It fell apart. And so now she's finally at a place where she feels like that she's blossoming and becoming a new individual all over again. Wendy and Giselle, they're sitting down talking. And so Kiara decides to come over and share her issue with Wendy. Kiara says that when her and Wendy talk on the phone, it's all laughs and kikis and happiness and jokey joke. But then when she sees Wendy's out at events, one event specifically, she called Wendy and said, hey, girl, I'm going to be there and I'm a sponsor. And Wendy was like, yes, girl, I'm proud of you. Go, girl. But then when she got to the event, she said Wendy had nothing to say. Wendy was sitting on the stage doing her thing. She couldn't even look down to give a wave or blow a kiss. Nothing. She said, you didn't give me anything. And then Kay said, well, there was another event as well that I showed up. We're on the red carpet taking pictures. And you said to me, oh, you must have did your makeup yourself. And Wendy is like, girl, you're just reading too far into this. We're cool. I think you're making something out of nothing. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Well, while they're working out their issues, Ashley, Giselle, Stacey, and Angel are all having a little conversation meetup as well. And so they're introducing Angel to Stacey. And so, Ashley makes the comment that, she's open to meet anybody and everybody, even if they breath stink. And so Stacey said, well, are you trying to say my breath stinks? And so, they go back and forth. And Stacey says, well, listen, let's talk just me and you, because when you and Giselle get together, y'all seem to just have this. And Giselle said, don't do that. Don't start, Stacey. It ain't that. And so they walk away. And so Giselle says, ooh, her breath stank, don't it? And so Angela says, honey, I met her breath before I met her. These people are horrible.
They're horrible, Roy. Yeah, horrible.
So Stacey and Ashley get into it about this whole Stacey's a liar. She can't trust her. Stacey wanted to address the situation that happened, and she wants, Ashley to come from a place of respect and being a friend. If you have an issue with me, we can address it, but address it in a respectful way. Ashley says she's tired of Stacey's lies. She's a big liar. You're not divorced. You owe this money to TJ, all of this stuff. It got so big of a deal that everybody at the party began to realize, oh my God, Ashley and Stacey are going at it. And so that ends off our first episode of season 10, Second Bloom of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Diva, your thoughts on that final scene?
Yeah, Second Bloom. Second Bloom. First of all, I was not impressed by any of the Second Bloom outfits, especially the guest of honor. It just, that green dress, and she had a whole stylist and people helping her do this party. And the green dress, it's not that the dress was so horrific, it's that the dress did nothing for her. It did nothing for her. Her hairstyle did nothing for her. The dress it's a beautiful dress, but I think I like it all the way up to the black part, right? But I think the breast part is where it went left. It just didn't do anything for her. And Ashley is a young girl. The way her hair was styled with this dress, her makeup, it was just a no for me all the way around. And I'm like, Ashley, you're supposed to be blooming, honey. And it seems like somebody needs to come water you. This was a miss, okay? It was a whole miss for me.
Come water me.
For the type of dress that it was, her hair should have been up. It should have been some type of updo off of her shoulders. This was not a good look for me. Like I said, from the black piece down, I love it because I love a big skirt, but somehow the top wasn't working for me. Didn't like it. So didn't like her dress. Kiara, where she went wrong for me was with this tiara on her head. It didn't match her look. So she got an F too. Wendy always wants to be just go big, right? And it was a miss for me. It was just too much. That high low look. It kind of is leaving the building. It was in at one point. Her face was beat to the gods. But the dress is nice for pictures. But even that top with all of that there, it was too much. I wasn't really feeling it. So they all was just a miss for me with the outfits. I didn't see not one outfit where I thought it was good. Even Stacey with that pink, whatever, it just wasn't. That wasn't really nothing. She didn't look horrible, but it wasn't nothing. I wasn't feeling tiara. This picture is bad. It's terrible. Look at this. This is terrible. What is that with Kay? It's terrible. It's all terrible. It's like a sweet 16 party for adults. It was just terrible. Okay.
Oh my Lord. Not for adults.
Kid Sierra, adult Kid Sierra.
It was giving quinceañera.
It was just bad all the way around. You know, the arguments, I mean, how many times are we going to ask Stacey and confront Stacey about this TJ lawsuit and whether she was divorced or not. Like the guy that came over, he said, "What do you want from her? What do you want? What do you want?" And then the new girl comes over. What's her name? Tia. Is it Tia?
Yeah.
She comes over. So if she shows you her divorce papers, will this end? Girl, as the new girl, see, you know what, too, Royer? I'm gonna need the newbies to read
Learn your space.
Reality TV 101.
Yes.
You coming over and that's the best you got? And you royalty? You a princess from where you come from? You got to come over there and tell the people this is beneath you. This is your...
Fly above all the haters.
That's what, as a princess, as royalty, you come over and say, y'all, this is your bloom party. This how you blooming, girl, by having an argument with somebody else about a divorce. That's your bloom. I would have came over and said, girl, this is your day. And you over here arguing with somebody about a divorce certificate and a fake boyfriend. Girl, you're supposed to be blossoming. So she did not blossom. She, what was it called? The second bloom? She needs a third one. She needs to redo this. Epic fail. Epic fail. And then, you know what, Kay going over there and talking to Wendy and asking Stacey to speak to her. Kay, do better. You know, the best things, maybe we need to give your mother a champagne flute. Because I think she would do better than you.
Much better.
Because you don't get it. It's an epic fail.
The math ain't
and we need to show you as an ancillary, as one of the kids, the adult kids, to the person who's on the show. Your mother needs the champagne flute. And so, you know what, if you Kiara, whatever, if you don't get your life together, we're going to transfer your flute to your mother. Because we're done. Because we're done.
We're going to pour half champagne in one glass and half champagne in the other.
We're going to, you know, TJ was supposed to get 50% of Stacey check. We're going to give your mother 50% of your check because we're done. You ain't got nothing for us. She ain't showing us nothing. And she has this skincare line. Come on, Kay.
I heard about that. Yes.
She got a skincare line. And the only reason why I was reminded is because on her Instagram, she was like, I'm going to give away some product. If y'all could remember who the first person I had to sit down with, if you watch the premiere show. Kay, you even timid in your Instagram. Oh, my God. I'm going to need her to speak to Judy, the Brat's wife, so she can learn how to sell her products.
That's who we need to get on here is Judy. Ooh. Oh, well, they live in Atlanta. I forgot. Never mind.
Oh, they live in Atlanta. Oh, this is what told me. Well, they need to go on the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yes.
Because at least we got a wife. Okay. And we got, at least we got a married couple.
Come on, the spouse.
We got a married couple. Because, you know, what we're sick of, at least what I'm sick of, I'm sick of the non-couples and them just making up stories. You know, I'm telling you, the best days was the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we had all of the girls, but we had their husbands.
Yes.
Those were epic scenes with Greg, Peter,
Todd,
Apollo. Come on now. Those days was epic. Because
the Real Husbands of Atlanta, okay?
Remember when they used to get into it too?
Oh my God! Yes.
Remember that one thing Needy had when they had the lingerie, and remember the guys was fighting, and Phaedra was so mad, telling Apollo he knew better.
What Cynthia said? You need to back up. You need to back up. Cynthia said, okay, I can't talk to you. Let me go over here to Todd.
friends.
Oh.
All this stupid stuff. This is stupid.
Well, yes, that has been our full recap of episode 1 of season 10 of the Real Housewives of Potomac, Second Bloom. We appreciate you all for joining us tonight. If you have not hit that like button, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to both channels, make sure you subscribe. Leave your ratings in the comment section of this first episode, episode 1 on the Real Housewives of Potomac. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, give us your scoring for this episode 1 of season 10. Diva, your final thoughts and your rating?
My final thoughts is, as a kickoff premiere show, it was good.
Yes.
It was one of the best out of like what we've been seeing lately. And because this was a premiere and as a kickoff, they gave. And they gave from the minute when we got to see but didn't see Karen coming out the jail. We saw but we didn't see.
Yeah.
So the show was given. No matter what I didn't like about some of the pockets, the show definitely was given. So for that, for a premiere episode, I'm giving it a 9.
Okay. Yes. I'm going to give it a 9 as well. I agree with you. I feel like for a first season premiere of season 10, our decade season, which is amazing. Congratulations, Potomac. I thought it was great from beginning to end. We got a grand opening scene, like you said, seeing Karen come home. We got to see some of the feelings from the ladies about how they felt about Karen. Granted, whether they were serious or not, it was still interesting to see. I'm very interested and curious to see what these 2 new ladies, Tia and Angel, are going to bring to this show. I'm really curious about Tia's life. We have not met her husband or her children yet, but we see that they have a beautiful family. And Angel, I feel like she's really going to bring what needs to be brought as a first-time housewife to the Potomac girls. So I'm excited. I'm giving it a 9. Lorraine B is giving it a 7. Lawson is giving it a 7, a 6 and a 7. Emmanuel is giving it an 8.8. Stephanie is giving it an 8. Janet is giving it a 6. K Mocha is giving it a 7. Thank you guys for participating with your ratings. We really appreciate it. Dr. Wendy was dismissive, and I'm not surprised about that. That is something that has been brought to Wendy's attention down through the years of her being on the show. And I'm just like, at this point, I accept Wendy for who she is. She gonna do what she do. She gonna fight her battles and keep on rolling. I think it was petty for Kiara to bring it up. I was just like, this is the girl who she is. Like, Wendy's been the same chick.
Yeah, I think she is dismissive, but what's disheartening for me with her is she had a rough maybe 3-4 seasons with the girls just treating her badly, coming for her marriage, the whole colorism thing. And for you to have gone through that on the show in real time, I feel like you should be kinder to people, knowing that you didn't like it when you was going through it. I think they also on purpose, they're trying to bring us some more girls that have a little tone to their skin, so that we could forget about all the mishap from before. And you know what? I'll roll with y'all. I'll forget it. You know what I'm saying? But I just really feel like Wendy should be more kinder in the sense that she know what she went through. So why would you want anybody else to go through something similar?
Look, hashtag grace, Wendy.
Yeah.
Hashtag grace.
Yeah.
Show some grace.
Yeah.
But overall, we appreciate each and every one of you for leaving your ratings down below. Make sure you join us next Monday for our recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac season 10, episode 2. The people seem to have really enjoyed, based off the comments, this first episode of the Real Housewives of Potomac. So I'm excited to see where we go this season. Season 12 of Married to Medicine, they just dropped their promo shots yesterday. I don't know if you've seen them, Diva. Did you see those? Oh, honey, Married to Medicine. Somebody gave Married to Medicine a budget this year. I said,
Not they got a budget.
Oh, no, they got a budget, honey.
Yeah, you got to show it.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, shoot.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah, the girls got a budget lift this year. I was like, okay, we see y'all. Catching it? Let's see. Hold on, people. Sorry. Here, I should have had it up and ready. Sorry, y'all.
No, you're fine. We with our peeps. That normally hang with us.
And we appreciate y'all for coming through. Here we go. Excuse me. Here's the girls.
Oh, Sugar Shack. Oh,
right?
Sugar Shack. Well, they did the darn thing.
They did, right? I said, okay.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. I like it a lot.
We got Mimi back again. We have Contessa. And it looks like we got two newbies down in the corner alongside Mimi.
Yeah. I like it a lot.
I do too.
So I'm mad that they did Sweet Tea dirty. But you know, it is what it is. Mimi is the one that was supposed to be, she's a psychiatrist with her husband. I don't like her, and I don't know if she's gonna be able to do anything for me to like her, but we will see. But I don't like her. Okay.
All righty then. Well, listen, people, that has been our recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac. If you did not hit the like button on the way in, make sure you hit the like button on the way out. If you're not a subscriber to both channels, Chronicles of the Grayhead Diva and Royer's World, make sure you hit that subscribe button on both channels. We greatly appreciate you. Join Diva tonight for trending topics. It'll be a little bit after 8 o'clock, so make sure you have your notification bells on all. That way you see each and every time we post a video with you in mind. Also, as I said earlier, the Braxtons will be dropping season 2 of their show, The Braxtons, this Friday, October 10th. So make sure you join them on WeTV or on All Black to catch that season premiere. Anything else, Auntie?
No, we're gonna be busy.
We're gonna be busy and we're ready for it.
Get your lunges. Yeah, do your lunges. Walk around the track because we're gonna be busy.
Yes, we're gonna be busy, and I'm here for it. Listen, make sure y'all hit that. Hit that share button for us. Share this with someone that you know watches the Real Housewives franchise. We love new welcomers. For those of you who are here for the first time, thank you for joining us. Come back next Monday, and we'll be back for our recap. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Hit the like button, subscribe. And here is our little preview of the up-and-coming season of the Braxtons. Good night and goodbye, everybody. What's up, beautiful people? It's your boy Royer from Royer's World. Diva and I are back, and we are recapping season 2 of the Braxtons. Yes, the girls are back, and it's filled with mess. Well, apparently Ashley Denise has some family tea, Tawanda's getting married, and Tony and Tamar. Just check out the preview. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to both Royer's World and Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva, and your notification bells on all. That way you don't miss a beat for season 2 of the Braxtons. And remember, it's all in good fun.
Real World.